your turn.
Awake. Oh no.
What the flick, everybody? Welcome. A lot of big movies this week, and we're doing two of them and then a couple of small films. But we'll start with a big one, The Change-Up. A very new plot, never before done on film before, incredibly creative.
So what am I tonight? A burglar?
Oh, hello.
So, Jason Bateman, button-down lawyer, husband and dad, best friend Ryan Reynolds, wastrel would-be actor who sleeps around, and then
wastrel?
Not a wastrel?
Don't know it. Don't know it.
Wow,
you hit me with a new one.
He's a roue.
Wow.
A
Over two.
A rogue.
All right. Okay. I mean, I figured it out, but I don't know.
I'm your word-a-day calendar. Anyway, he lives like a frat boy and bangs a lot of chicks.
Tell me about your women.
I have been keeping company with a number of nice ladies.
What is her name?
That is Tatiana.
Wow. I have to make her cry first,
She's
but
gorgeous.
it's worth it.
Ben understood that one.
There you go. And they covet each other's lives, and so as you do while urinating into a public fountain together, they wish they had each other's lives, and they wake up the next morning switched into each other's bodies. So it's like Freaky Friday with a lot less Jodie Foster.
Mitch, why am I in your apartment?
Open the door.
I knew it.
For the first time in your life, you're good looking, you're single. What's going on between us? It's crazy, but what's even more crazy is not to use it.
Have we met?
Hold on, you two guys should go out.
Wait, what?
How do you like working with Dave?
I actually used to have kind of a crush on Dave.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, but he's married, so obviously.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Super married.
What do I tell Jamie when she wants to have sex tonight?
You're not having sex with my wife, Mitch.
She comes at me like a hurricane. A guy can only withstand so much.
I am gonna ruin her. Oh my God.
I need to cool it on the Thai food.
Oh my God.
So you caught a little glimpse there of really the first scene of the movie, which was disgusting.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know me so well, you know my taste so well. You knew that the second that like the baby shits in Jason Bateman's mouth, you turned to me for my reaction, and you know I was like,
Well, I mean,
God. Because you know what? Babies don't poop like that.
No, it's not
I
projectile.
have one. It's not projectile. They don't poop like that.
It served a dual purpose, that I could look for your reaction and simultaneously look away.
Look away.
Yeah.
I'm helpful.
And it may have put me off Nutella for a while, so that's a plus, I suppose.
It had what it did also, though, to the benefit of the film, was really lower the bar for the next 9
only get
minutes.
better.
Right.
But it pissed me off too, because as it gets better, it does have its moments, and they play off each other so well. You wish they didn't go to the projectile baby poop card early, because they don't need that. And they really, really pushed the raunch. Of all the R-rated comedies we have this summer so far, this one's really, really pushed the raunch the farthest.
It feels desperate. Like
It does.
people complained about the wedding dress scene in Bridesmaids, about how that felt tacked on, that felt desperate. And to me, that sort of worked with the story that was being told.
That was contextual.
Here, it really felt like there were a bunch of note cards with gross out stuff on it, and they had to figure out how to wedge it into this movie that is otherwise sort of about like marital problems and male dissatisfaction and sort of midlife crisis and stuff. And so the two don't fuse very well.
really hurt the movie, which would have been better than average because it was a little funny for stretches.
Well,
I thought.
you have Jason Bateman, you have Ryan Reynolds. You have these two guys who are excellent at just deadpan improv comedy, and you should just like let them do that thing that they're good at, and just let the cameras roll and capture it. You also have the screenwriters of the original Hangover,
right?
Not the shitty, lazy sequel, but the good one that was clever. And you think with all these elements in place, this should have been a lot funnier, but you felt like they were going for the desperate lowest common denominator.
And
jokes.
David Dobkin, who directed Chuck and Larry.
Your favorite?
No, The Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
And Chuck and Larry.
No, that was that was the usual Sandler guy.
Then he wrote
Dennis Dugan.
Dennis Dugan.
Oh well, then
Wrong
They're
DD.
different.
he
They're
did
different.
something with Chuck and Larry, didn't he?
No.
He was a bride.
I don't think so. But yeah, he's the Wedding Crashers guy.
All of that should have been like a good harbinger for things to come.
And while I like Bateman and Ryan Reynolds, you kind of pointed out they're both good at deadpan. But the thing is, if you're going to do a body switching movie, you should cast two different kinds of comic actors so that it's funny when they take on each other's personalities. It's not that big of a switch for Bateman to become Ryan Reynolds or vice versa because they're both operating in that sort of deadpan mode. Whereas like if you had one nailed down guy and then one, Will Ferrell crazy loose cannon, that might have been more entertaining.
Andy Dick maybe.
Or like
never Andy Dick.
Like John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Like maybe
maybe
like that. Yeah.
But Jason Bateman gets the better end of this deal because he has like the wild child Ryan Reynolds inside of him. And he gets to do all the crazy stuff, whereas Ryan Reynolds has Jason Bateman inside
he has to
him,
tamp
which is
it
no
down.
fun
And Bateman never gets the Ryan Reynolds role, so he definitely relishes getting to be that guy for a while.
He was at his. It was Jason Bateman's strength. I thought he was very good. I thought he was very funny. That was when the movie was at its best.
Can we talk about Leslie Mann's great performance that has nothing to do with the rest of this movie?
She is great, but then she gets the same kind of raunchy joke that everybody else gets, where she takes a shit and complains about how much Thai food she's eating. She shouldn't be doing that. She doesn't need to do that.
But the thing is, but outside of that scene, she's giving this genuine sort of moving performance about a dissatisfied wife and stuff, and it's so not of a piece with the rest of the hijinks of this film. It's kind of
and I think
placed.
though if you took those things out, that wouldn't be totally inconsistent with the rest of the film.
Sure.
It would be a little inconsistent, but it wouldn't be as jarring as it was. And I agree with you.
Yeah, make one of them or the other one, but you can't. They're not doing both of them together at the same time.
And then as a mom, the baby banging his head ferociously.
I don't know. The CGI baby bouncing.
Banging his head against the crib, which I'm going to steal a little bit from Joe Morgenstern, which really I thought was turned out to be a bit of a metaphor for the film.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, if I can get nitpicky, as mom, they're supposed to be 2-year-old twins, but they're still eating reheated breast milk in the middle of the night.
Oh, I totally objected to that.
They wouldn't be doing that.
Oh my God, that was outrageous.
Olivia Wilde, we mentioned really fast along those lines, also has a more fleshed out character than perhaps you might see in this kind of R-rated comedy.
And she's also the only woman who gets naked and is not mocked for it.
She's taking it back.
But the rest of the movie makes naked women into this grotesque thing. They've either got weird plastic surgery, fake boobs. They're they're going to give birth at any second, and you can see the baby kicking through their stomach. Or you've got Leslie Mann taking a dump. I mean, it's like when I wrote about this for the Wrap, I said this is a sex comedy that hates sex because like so many of these movies, and it's the same deal with Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached. They set up this scenario that it's going to be all about wanton licentiousness, and then it's always on lockdown, and they always learn a lesson that sex outside of marriage is not fulfilling.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's like, no, have a sex comedy that enjoys sex a little, and then they can learn about love and whatever. But they're always so moralistic after being advertised as being hot cha mama things. It's
I will
disappointing.
give you that, but I totally agree, and I hate that in life that there's this fear of showing two people enjoying sex and not hating it and feeling terrible about themselves afterward. I thought Friends with Benefits a little bit did that.
No, they totally did it. They had a really good time. They did it all over the place every day.
Then they had a little bit of recriminations later.
But then they had to fall in love, or else otherwise, it was a waste of time or something. It's a
little bit of both. A little bit of both.
It judges.
All right, let's do some numbers.
Okay.
What did I say?
4.5.
I said 4.5.
3.6.
I also said 4.5, and it would have been like a 5.5 or 6 if they didn't feel like they had to sort of hit those goalposts of disgustingness early on. Okay, so that pulls it up to or down 4.2. Where are we here? 4.2. Sorry.
I think it's like somewhere in the 20%ish. If Matt actually were here, he could tell you 20%.
22% on Rotten Tomatoes. So don't waste your time with the change-up.